Figure I'll go live. Haven't done our car vlog in such a long time. And hopefully I don't have the air up too loud for you guys not to hear the background, but I guess I'll turn it down a notch. I just washed my hair today, so it's not 100% dry, but I made sure my roots were dry before I came out in this cold. And because as of right now it's 14 degrees, so my hair is mostly dry. It's not fully dry, but it's mostly dry. Don't need to be having no strands popping off. And my hair shed has, as far as like when I wash, because I've only been touching my hair is on wash day. Besides when I do put my hair in a bun. That's like the most I might do is either put my hair up in a bun or just basic like night routine type stuff. But other than that, as far as full on manipulation, oh, she home. I figure if I try to do it next, I got hardcore protein, at least have some protein. Really have that much. I really didn't use protein treatments. I can't even say it was yearly. I didn't really use it. If it didn't come in the product, I didn't really use it unless instructor every once in a long blue. But I still think it was the medicine. But no hair is like really coming out like it was when I would just pull at it and just handful would just come out. So that has stopped. So it could have been a combination between stress and medication. Far as health wise, since I'm talking about medication, they brought down my one of my skirts. They cut it in half. They didn't take me off of it yet. And that was like a high blood pressure pill. So my blood pressure is a byproduct of the kidney disease. So when I got the transplant, my blood pressure was phenomenal. But when the pain kicked in, it shot up. So my pain tolerance is detected through my blood pressure. If I'm in a lot of pain, my blood pressure goes up. If I don't feel well, I won't show a fever, but my blood pressure will go up. So that's just me. I'm not saying I'm rare, but that's just my how my body shows it's in pain or in distress or whatever. It comes through my blood pressure. So she cut that down to the lowest amount that she could put me on, and I've been still doing good. So I've been still monitoring my blood pressure, trying to do that once a week. I have to get blood work done tomorrow for monthly blood labs, and so on that end, it's been fine. Still going to physical therapy. I think I'll be done by the end of this month of January, because I don't think my insurance will cover anymore, because if I don't have that much of progression afterwards, they're just going to leave it alone for the most part, which is crazy because insurance is, pay, you do what you paid for. Yeah, so this might be my last month. I have seen improvement, and since I haven't had like all around pain, I can pinpoint my pain, which is where I knew it was was in the front area where the kidney is at. So at least now I know how to handle it, but I don't know if it'll be like a forever thing. That is something I don't want, but if that's what I got to deal with, I guess, it is what it is. Just to stay on top ahead of the pain. And I try not to take pain medicine every day. Do I be in pain every day? To some degree. Is it tolerable? Sometimes, but for me to actually want to take a pill for pain when I know what the cause is, it got to be way up there for me to be like over it and just take the pill and lay down somewhere. So, because I'm not really a pill popper, and I'm already taking enough medications to keep me alive. So I'll have a review next month I think I see my nephrologist, which is a kidney doctor, I think at the end of this month, which probably next week. So we'll see what goes on from there and see what happens. But far as updates, that's what the most that's been happening. I'm not as in much pain anymore as I was, which is good. Can I do what I used to do before? No. Can I do as many massages as I did before? No. Do I think I could work a 40-hour job? No. But I'm trying. It's the best I can say is that I am trying. And that's, to me, that's the best I can do. And that's the benefits of me having my own benefits, my own business. And that's because I can control how much or how little I work. If I can only do 10 hours a week, I do 10 hours a week. If I can't work at all that week due to pain, I don't have to worry about getting fired from a job because of lack of how I'm doing, or get dinged on a review because I physically cannot do the job. So I'm grateful for that. And I can just go on even about that with as far as the workforce. I even remember when I first got diagnosed, and it was a lot going on. I was pregnant with my third child at the time, and that's how they detected it. And it's like, once they detected it, you got to do all these tests, you got to do all these appointments. I'm not feeling good. I'm calling out and stuff like that for legitimate reason. I just got diagnosed with this disease, and I'm hurting. And so I can't come to work. And so I didn't lose my job, but I got dinged on my review for calling out. And I had already used all my sick time, but I'm like, you already know. I'm like, you already know what my situation is, so why am I getting dinged on my review for a condition that's out of my hand? So that's my issue with far as employers and employment, far as that. If you legitimately can't work how they feel you should work, or if you're not I would say this, visually disabled, I would say that, then they expect you to do everything, to the 10th degree. And that's not the case with with autoimmune disease, any of them. You can feel well one day and you can feel like crap the next. And a lot of times people don't know when you are going through because it's invisible. And a lot of times, like, even people I know, is like, because they have already gotten used to what's going on, they just deal with the punches as they come. And a lot of times you can't get disability or whatever, far as like help. You can't work. So, and like full time, part time is a joke nowadays, because part time, they want you to do full time hours with no benefits. Or if you want to do part time and you only want to work, say like you only want to work a weekend or 2 days or something like that, sometimes they don't even want you to do that. Or if you want to do like how per diem used to be, just call me in. Let me be the call-in person, and I'll come in. And it's so much have changed. It's like, it's either full-time or not. Even if you're labeled as a part-time, it's still full-time. Or you still got to work up to the max of like part-time hours and stuff like that. And it's just, at least in my experience, from what I've seen, I haven't seen it. So it is what it is. So on that end, it's very frustrating when you're working with an employer, and they have these things, but it's like they have no compassion and empathy for people that are sick. And that's just what it is. They're sick, and unless you're broke down and near the deathbed, or on the deathbed, or you are like I said, visually in pain, or visually impaired, or visually disabled, then you can't. It's like you get nothing. You get nothing. You get absolutely nothing. It's like sometimes you don't get no support. Sometimes it's like you don't get no compassion from, not saying from people, but from like corporations. You don't get no support sometimes when it comes to services, some services, because in their mind, oh, you're okay. So it's like you, or even like with a transplant, it's like, oh, you're okay because you got this transplant. No, but I'm not. I don't even have the quality of life like I did before. Yes, I'm grateful for my life, and I'm glad I'm still alive. However, I can't even walk a half mile without being in pain. I can't even, sit down for longer than 2 hours without being in pain. I can't stand up for longer than, 2 hours without being in pain. And it's just, and I don't want to be prescribed a pain pill all the time because I'm in pain. So it's just, it's stressful on that end. So, well, we'll see. But other than that, I've been doing pretty good. But I didn't mean to rant for longer than 10 minutes on that. Other than that, it's been good. Most of it has definitely been pain and emotional roller coaster on this journey. So, and of course my hair, which struck a nerve. But my hair is seem to be doing okay. And my progress is coming along, and it is a journey. It is definitely a journey. And I'm 9 months post, and 3 more months I'll be a year out, and we'll see what happens. It's gonna be interesting, that is for sure. But until next time, I will see you in the next one. But yeah, if you like this video, hit like. If you want to subscribe. Most of these videos are for me to look back on. And if you want to follow along, hoping I can help somebody with all of this. But I think I'll be getting off for real now. Alright, deuces.